Is there an elephant in the room that you can't even see? There is in my world. I'm going to give you 3 elephants in the room that I think apply to almost every salesperson, every sales manager, every VP of sales. Once I start to go through it, I think you'll say, yeah, I've seen that elephant somewhere. Stay tuned. I think you'll enjoy this. Good morning, good afternoon. Bill Caskey back at the podcast. Welcome one, welcome all, comrades. Glad you're with me today. If you want to access this on YouTube, you can go to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, look up Bill Caskey. You'll find it, and we're going to be starting to post these on YouTube. The question today is, what's the elephant in the room? And this is an old American saying. I have some European clients, and I always say, what's the elephant in the room? And they're like, what are you talking about? I have to explain it. But the elephant in the room is that thing that everybody knows is true, but nobody wants to talk about. Could be in your business. If you're a sales leader, sales manager, CEO, could be with some of your people. In my business, it's about training, coaching, and consulting, sales. And so I want to talk to you today about 3 elephants in the room. They're in the same room. It's a big room, but these are big elephants. But I want to talk about that today. If you have not gone to the website, go to billcaskey.com. Always new stuff there. One of the things I'm offering through the end of June is a one-to-one coaching session with anybody who wants to work with me on how they can generate more leads by building a better audience, by creating content. I know a lot of sales people and sales organizations are struggling trying to do that, especially in the new digital age that we just got forced into. So if you're interested in a coaching session, they're pretty inexpensive, and I think it would be, we'll record everything so you can get access to it. So what are the elephants in the room for the trainer, for the coach? And I'm going to talk about 3 that I think, I know you're not a coach or a trainer, but I think this is enough about sales that I think you'll be intrigued with this. Here's number 1. Elephant in the room, nobody's talking about. Training most of the time does not work. This doesn't work. I've watched companies spend millions of dollars on trainers, on content, on books and 3-ring binders and videos, and it doesn't work. It's not that it's not good, although I guess the case could be made if it was better, it would work better. It's because it never deals with beliefs. It deals with tactics. How many times have you gone to a training and you learned a tactic or a series of tactics and you got back home and you did nothing with it? Could be in leadership, could be in sales, could be in how to shoot video, how to use your LinkedIn. If it's tactical and there's no belief change around it, now if there's belief change around it, then that's a whole different deal. But most trainers and coaches don't deal in belief change. They only deal in tactics, in language. And sometimes language is good, but you got to deal with belief change. That's why most training doesn't work. Training is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and the people in the industry who are experts say that 80% of it's wasted, has no impact at all. So if you're going to work with me ever, or any of our firm, you've got to understand that belief change is on the agenda. If I'm going to help you get from 100,000 a year to 300,000 or 300 to 700 or whatever the numbers are, really the numbers are irrelevant. It's more about what's the belief that needs to accompany the new goal. I see people all the time set goals, but they don't set any belief change goals. If you don't set those goals, it's all just tactics. It's all just working harder and harder and grinding and minding and grinding and minding and working harder. You've heard me go through this mantra before. So number 1, training doesn't work unless it's accompanied by belief change work. Number 2, sales is changing. Sales is much less of a game of face-to-face interaction and much more of a marketing game. You as a sales professional, whether you're a VP of sales, sales manager, CEO, leader, salesperson, you've got to get your marketing game on. You got to get it right. You got to understand marketing. You have to understand the role that the salesperson has to play in the marketing function. But by marketing, I'm not talking about billboards and direct mail ads and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how you engage customers in your message, in your story, how you reach out to them, how you write copy, how you talk about the kinds of work you do in a way that they understand and can buy into, how you frame your value proposition, how you frame it up. Is it all framed around you and how great you are, or is it framed around them and how much they need you? So you've got to get your marketing hat on, marketing game on, and understand that if you're going to scale your business, I don't care if you're a salesperson, VP, a sales company owner, you got to market. You got to understand it. And it's changing. I'm constantly doing webinars and seminars on marketing and storytelling and writing and, copywriting and how to frame value, because I think it's all important to you. So if you have not spent any time understanding marketing, shame on you. Go buy a book on marketing. Go listen to a podcast on marketing. Number 3, we've always been taught that asking questions is the right thing to do if we're going to sell somebody something. But it's all about the questions, finding the need, finding the pain, finding the dilemma, finding the circumstance. And I don't disagree with that, but I'm wondering, is that just part of the story? And I think it is. I think it's just part of the story. I think it's the part that helps you know whether this person generally, this person meaning your prospect, has any of the attributes that would cause them to act. Do they have enough pain that's staring them in the face that's going to cause them to slice a check, to commit time, to buy, to engage, to produce a different result? And I think that's half of it. The other half is, where are you taking them? Where are you, the sales professional or the business owner or the development person, where are you taking your customers? Do you have a good sense of that? Or is it just about asking the pain questions to find out if they're in enough pain that they're willing to write a check, and then whatever you do on the back end's it'll happen. Whatever happens, happens. Or better, are you taking them somewhere? Is there a land of Oz, or is there a land of opportunity? Is there an ideal or desired state that you're taking your customer? And I think there should be. And I think it used to be that 90% of our time was taken up asking questions and presenting and pitching. I think a big percent of your time, and I don't know what that percent is, but a big percent of your time needs to be spent laying out, here's the path. If you have these problems here, you really want to fix these problems, and you want to avoid them in the future, and you want to get here, let's talk about the success path that's going to get you from where you are to where you want to be. I know I've talked about that a lot on this podcast, and we talk about it in our programs, in our 2X group, which is my sales program, and also the World-Class Sales Leader program. But the point is that you've got to help someone cast a vision of the desired state. And if you find the problem and then you cast that vision, you're the only one on the planet who has done it that way. Sorry. I know a lot of people feel like their competition is really good salespeople. Nobody's doing that right now. Very few. Probably not in your business. So get good at finding the problem. Yep. But don't put all your eggs in that basket. The other basket is trying to help them define the future. Because if you go in to a prospect, you find the pain, and then you say, well, so tell me, what's the ideal state look like? What's the ideal future look like? They're not going to be able to tell you. They don't know. They don't know your world. They don't know what's possible. How can I ever decide where I want to go if I don't even know the possibilities of what the options are? And that's where you come in. You can help them shape and craft and create that future vision. They're going to need your help, though. The other option is, once you find the pain, you say, okay, based on that, based on your goals, here's where we're going. Here's how we're going to get there. Here's how long it will take. Here's how much it will cost, you in or not. get really good at setting that vision and setting that path, that journey of success. I think that'll really help you. So those are 3 elephants in the room. The last one there was just ask a bunch of questions. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work today. It's too many people doing that. The second one was understanding marketing. And the elephant in the room is it's still a sales game. It's not a sales game. It's partly a sales game, but that's not 100%. And the first one was the idea that training doesn't work. It doesn't work because we really never attack the belief system. So hopefully that helps you today. You can go to BillCaskey.com. Once again, I'm offering coaching for a handful of people. Go to Bill Caskey, top strip. You can find out more about how the coaching works, but it's for people who really want to generate serious leads, serious new business, want to grow their audience by building their content, and want to do it pretty cheaply and quickly. So if that appeals to you, go to BillCaskey.com. I'll see you later. Bye.